In this video, I'll show you how you attach your iPad Pro to a VESA mount and if it's a good process or if it's a terrible idea. Let's find out in this video. Let's go right now. How's it going there, dear YouTube? This is your host, VLD, coming back with another video. And today, I like to do something a little bit different. I always like to do something a little bit different. And today I actually built something. I built my own iPad Pro M1 VESA mount, and I have attached my iPad to it. In a previous video, I did a review on an iPad Pro stand, and I figured out a way I could cobble it together with an actual VESA mount. I bought the Bong Bing Boo iPad Pro stand. They have it for 11-inch or 12.9-inch iPad Pros, so they have it for a version for every type of iPad you can find. You can get it for about $80, $70, and with that, I like to turn my iPad Pro into like my monitor shown. I mean, come on, tell me that's not really awesome. And then with the stand itself, it's just like any VESA arm you buy, you can attach it to for $30. You can pick one off Amazon, and this is by far one of the greatest things I've actually dealt with because I've had this for a few weeks now. And nowhere on the internet you can really buy a iPad Pro VESA mount with magnets. I know there's other variations of it where it's weaker. It's not so great for the arms itself. But with this, you can go up, down, left, right, 360, any direction. And it's pretty sturdy overall. I've had no real issue with it. And it's attached via magnets. So you can pull it off, tilt it up, and it will stay on relatively strong because the iPad Pros have magnets built in the back, and you can rotate it any which way 360 degrees, and you can get the Apple Pencil attached to it and it will not fall off because of the magnets. Like shown, it comes right off. It's relatively easy to do, and I kind of cobbled it together with a couple different accessories that I've had in the past. And you just reattach it back via magnets, and sometimes it takes a second just to realign them, but just how I was standing with the video, it just took me a minute, but it's not as awkward as this. But as you can see, it's not falling down. It's pretty sturdy, and I've been using this for a month or two now, and this is an amazing idea. You even have room for your Apple Pencil to be on top and charge. And I even attached a Bluetooth keyboard to it also with a mouse, so if I ever want like a mobile workstation away from my computer, I have this on the other side. So I have my two monitors and everything else just like that, but I also want my iPad Pro to be mounted also. It will work for any variation of it for the last 4 years. All you have to basically do is just take off the stand itself, which is just like a couple hex screws, and then you take it off and you basically attach it to a VESA arm as shown. As I tilt it, I basically just attach it to a VESA arm just like this. I had to kind of like tear off the bottom of the VESA stand itself, like the mounting bracket used. I just attach a couple screws to it to keep it tight in place, and just like that, it kind of stays on relatively well. I will link in the information down below, the exact parts that I use, but I will probably eventually sand it down so it looks a little bit nicer and maybe add a few more brackets for structural support. But all in all, I am a big fan of this, and I really have been looking for something like this for a couple of years. The only issue is that a little bit of a gap as shown. That's my only concern, but I've had it for about a month or so and nothing's dropped. Nothing's really had any issues with it. But it's, like I said, it's a work in progress, and I'm looking to fix it down the road. This is like the best option I could think of because this is by far the best magnetic stand holder for an iPad Pro, and just like any VESA arm will work with it. And I'm just a huge fan of the whole idea. And then this is from behind for my actual computer monitor. and how I have it mounted. Not all the VESA cable stands are the same. So like I said, I'll link down below because you just have to remove the bottom part for it. And even with this arm, it has cable pass through, so you can actually put your cables in the arm itself for cable management and to make sure it's a little bit more neater and organized, because on the bottom here you can run a cable through the bottom to keep it nice and organized, so you do not have like a loose cable just falling down and it will just look relatively like not that great. But with this method as shown, it is a little bit nicer and it looks a little bit cleaner than just having a regular cable there, because all you have to do is just feed it through the bottom of the arm itself, and even if you readjust the arm, the cable does not get stacked. So you have a charging option always there. You just feed the cable back down. It looks a little bit nicer. I might get an adapter for it a little bit down the road to make it not stick out as much. But that's how it looks then with the actual cable management and the iPad itself. Like I said previously, it does not go anywhere. It can go up, down, any direction a typical VESA mount will be. And then this is by far one of the best things I've had, because I like the stand itself. I've had the stand itself for about 3, 4, 5 months now, and I've always wanted to couple that together with an actual VESA arm. I actually had the idea the other day, so I tried it. I like it. I'm the only one who's really had this idea so far. I actually wanted to promote it to everyone else on YouTube and get better ideas out there to build stuff like this. I've been looking for this. I'm a fan. I'm your host, Vilody. I recommend doing this.